Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the second class of our assignment, that is student management system. This is where we stop. This is where we stopped last time, so we are now going to continue from there. But before then, let's run the program and see. Sunny 90 marks. Student Sunny with 90 marks has passed. But what if I want to be using two names for student and username? Let's say John Madaki is going to throw an error. The first thing is it greets me with only my first name and ignore the second name, and it give me this repetition of my options. Why? The reason why it is doing this is because we are using scanf function. Scanf function, let me explain it like this. Let's say this is our input buffer. After using printf to display or prompt the user to provide something, whatever you input will go to input buffer. So let's say my name is John, then a space Madaki. If I use scanf to fetch what is inside the input buffer, this is input buffer. Now if I use scanf has a limitation. That is, whenever it is scanning inside input buffer, it does not have the feature of scanning space. So that's why here the program only greets me with my the program greets me with my first name. The program only capture the first name and snub the second names because it includes space. So if you are using scanf, it does not have the feature to capture space. And if you use scanf to capture this, now this one will remain inside the input buffer. This next scanf will capture this automatically. That's why I have repetitive this option repeat itself, because why? We are expecting integer as our input, right? Choice int, we declare int as choice, and what, from the inside the input buffer, it is now capturing characters, because scanf capture only this and leave this inside, and the second scanf will automatically capture this. But if we provide only one name, John, everything will be scanf will capture this and leave nothing inside input buffer. So we are not going to be using scanf in a place where we know what our input has. We are going to provide input with space. if you know you have space, you are not going to be using scanf. So we are going to be using fget function. We are going to be using fget function. So we use fget function. Now this fget function capture everything inside input buffer. Everything. It captures everything. It captures the first name, the white space, the second name. If you have third name, it will capture everything. It considers everything that is inside your input buffer as file. That's why it is file get. If you get where it's going to store it inside username and mass count, we already have 100 here, so it automatically assign the 100 standard input. So now if we run our program, it will be able to capture two names. See, welcome John Madaki. However, this exclamation mark supposed to be here. Why? The reason why it is down there is because after providing your first name space Madaki, you are going to hit enter, and that enter will also go to input buffer. That's new line. Once you hit enter, a new line character will be added to the input buffer. So here it captures your name with new line. That's why it push this to second line. So whenever you use your fget, if there is need, you have to eliminate that new line. So you are going to use this function, username y control / is equals to 0. Is equals to 0. So what this line does is it look at what you provide inside the username, that's the string your username, and remove this new line character. So let's run the program again and see. Now new line character is eliminated and our exclamation mark is now in front of our name. So let's go ahead and add another, you see. Oh, so we are providing two names for student name. I think we are going to go ahead and use fget function here also. Fget student name, and we'll also have to remove the other character, the new line character from the username as we implement it here. So now there is no error. Student drill assay with mark 90 has passed. So now we successfully replace scanf with fget function. So the second thing we have to look at based on the assignment, it says that create an array to store information for multiple students with the ability to create an array to store information for multiple students. The reason why we have to create an array is because we need to store multiple students. So while here, this only captures one record at a time. The moment you add another record, this record that provided will be deleted or replaced with the new records you add. So now we are going to create a container where we can have many records, sorry. So how can we do that? Outside our main function, we are going to declare our container. Sorry guys, something I have to go and attend. I'm at work. So outside our main function, we are going to declare our container. Use struct to declare, and the name of the container will be, since we are, let's say, students. So now student's name marks will be inside our container, and I think it's not only name. Okay, name, roll number, and marks. So let's go ahead and name, int, roll number, and marks. So now this struct will enable us to store multiple records. And the second thing is we are going to create a pointer to this container. So let's say, let's call the pointer, let's call it student. Let's call it student. We are using this asterisk sign to declare the student. As you can see, C is case sensitive, so student with capital letter S is not the same as students with small letter s. So this is the pointer that will be, if we are adding record, we are going to be calling this pointer to point our record to this, or to direct our record to this container. The third thing is we have to declare student counter for records. Oh, sorry, int int student count is equals to 0, and use dynamic memory allocation for student record to ensure memory is freed when no longer needed. What does this mean? Now this means that if you have, let's say, the size of our container, the size of each record per student, the name, roll number, and mark is 40 kilobytes. Now, before adding another record, we have to allocate memory to our container. We have to allocate this size of memory to our container. Let's say student 1, there is 40 KB. Now if we are adding another record, we have to make sure that we have another 40 KB for the second record, and so forth. Now, so whenever a user select add record, we have to make sure that we allocate that memory. So we are going to use the alloc function to add that. Oh, it's not like this, +1. Why this is error? Students, oh, students count. Now this will reallocate a memory. This student count +1 will increase our container with a memory that can accommodate new records. Our student count is 0. That's if we don't have any record, because this is used to keep the record of how many students we have. As we are adding student, is going. So let's say we are adding the first record. The first record is student count, that is 0 + 1 times the 40 kilobyte to store one record. That's the new size of our store will remain 40 kilobyte. While if we already have one record there, then student count will be equals to 1 + 1 is equals to 2 times 40 kilobyte. That's 80 kilobyte now for 2 students. If student count is 2, we have 2 records. 2 + 2 times 40 kilobyte, that is 120 kilobyte. That is for 3 students. So that's how you allocate the new and the new memory. So here we are now going to change, since we removed our this character in this, we declared our variable inside the struct. Now fget cannot access it. We have to make some change. That is, the new location of our student name will be student count. Oops. My keyboard, sorry. Dot student name. Now this is the new location, student with. Now the reason why this student count is inside here now, because let's say you have 2 students with the same name. Let's say John and another John. Now, since we are storing multiple records now, we must attach a serial number to that name. Now, what I'm saying, if we have John, we have another John, and they are all going to one variable name or student name, we have to attach something, that is John 1, John 2. Is a must, because when you are fetching record, let's say you also have Max, you must attach that 1, Max 2. So now whenever you are fetching record and you said I want to fetch record of 1, name.1, max.1, so you are automatically fetching this and this. So you must provide something unique, so that when you are fetching your record, everything will come perfectly. So also here, so I'm just going ahead and do copy and paste. Just copy and paste. For the new, the same marks will be student count dot marks. So this is the new location of our I'm just doing copy and paste. Student name is here, so let me just place it like this. Instead of just normal marks before, now is this. Since we are not running the program, let me just hide it. Okay, the reason we are memory leaked, like the memory leak here, if you did not free your container at the end of when terminating your program, is like you are going to leave. See, this program is going to run on your RAM, and the moment you add records, it's going to consume some part of your RAM. So at the end of your program, when you want to terminate your program, you have to free that that record, the memory allocation. So before returning 0, you have to free your student. So now we don't have that error. We only have another error. This one is not really necessary, but I think we have to do it. So here is it's not a good practice to use your existing pointer this when reallocating memory. So I think we have to use a temporary pointer here. Let's call it temporary is equals to this, and if it is null, no is nothing, memory allocation fail, free student and exit. Now student is equals to temp. Now this is temporary pointer to our main container. So whenever a user select one to add a record, we have to increase the size of the container like this. So we are done with this, everything is set. But how are we going to know? Yeah, the program is set. Let's just go ahead and run it. Welcome, John Mother, Joe Mother. One, enter student name, Benjamin Adam. Enter student mark 89. Student Benjamin Adam with mark 98 has passed. Now, if I choose to exit, this record will be freed. That's why we have this free student will be freed from. So that means now successfully we can add record into this container. Okay, we did not use roll number, student's name, printf, enter roll number. We are going to use scanf. Let's use scanf and getcha to consume So now if I forgot to add something, student count plus plus. Wow, this student count plus plus, what it does is the first student is going to go with 0 as it is serial number, because inside our array the first record is always 0. So what if we add the first record and it goes with 0? We need here to be 1, so that the next record will go with 1 as it is serial number. That's why we are, after we finish adding this record, we have to increase the student count so that the next record will now go with 1 as it is serial number. So if a user would decide to view, we have to, okay, we are done with addition. Let's say we now want to view record. So now when viewing the record, we first have to check if the student count is equals to 0. If student count is equals to 0, or you can leave it like that, or you can add all student, I mean the main container is no. Student count is equals to 0, or student no, this thing is very case sensitive. It's also equals to 0, I believe. Or oh god, or student is equals to 0. That means if our student count is equals to 0, that means we don't have any record, because the moment we have first record, student count will be increased by 1. So here will now be equals to 1. So if it is 0, then that means we don't have any records. Also, in case this fails, we are going to check students. If student 2 is equals to 0, then we have to print an error message saying that we don't have any records. Let's say no student record found. Else, what if we have the records? Now if we have records, we are now going to display the record. We have three records: student name, roll number, and marks. So we are going to create header. No, we are now going to look through our record to print for now. This for loop will now, this int is now the serial number of this student count. So from 0, it will start from 0, since the first record in an array is 0, to less than student count. Now why is it less than student count? If you have, the moment you add a record, student count will be increased by 1. So which means if you have 2 records in your container, let's say you have student 0, student 1, that's you have 2 records. After adding the second record, student count will increase with 1, so it will be 3 here. 0, 1, okay, 0 and 0 student, 1 student, here will be equals to 2 on standby, waiting for the second record. So if you are looping through your container, definitely I cannot be equals to student count, because student count is always ahead of what is inside your record. So we are going to print f. Now you are going to print f. The first thing is student name, so it's going to be percentage s. Yeah, percentage s. Yes, it's going to be like this, percentage s. No, before this we have percentage d, which is the roll number, student name, and student. Let me just do it like this. This one will be roll number. So if we have record inside, it's now going to display this percentage. That's will point to this student record, percentage d to roll number, percentage d also to student mark, because we have integer in there, while the student name is string. So let's run our program and see. This thing is too much for us. It's actually too much. Then one is Omar Adam. Roll number is 677. Student mark is 89. So student Omar Adam with marks 89 has passed. Let's go ahead and add another record. Let's say we have Benjamin Michael. His number is 600 and his mark is 90. Now we have two records, so let's go ahead and select two and see if we can view our records. So now, as you can see here, we have student Umar Adam, roll number 677 and mark 89. What is this? Okay, this is not supposed to be there. Okay, so now what we are just going to do, if you look at this, the second student name occupied much space than the first student. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. It has to be like the row for this, the names supposed to have the same row. So we are going to do something. We are going to do left alignment of 20 character for student name, and for the mark we are going to do, let's say 10 left alignment. For the mark also 10 left alignment. So let's go and see. I need somebody who could love me and my walls. No, I'm not perfect, but I hope you see my walls. This is only you, nobody knew I could do falls. And for you, girl, I swear to the walls. Okay, now if you look at this, both John William and Adam and Benjamin have the same row size, 20 characters. This 10 characters, this also 10 characters. So just to make the perfect alignment, that's why we do this left alignment of 10, 10, 20 characters, 10 characters, 10 characters. You can add or increase. So now the second thing we are going to do is to print a header. That here will be names, here will be roll number, here will be marks. So let's see how we're going to do it. Print F. I'm going to copy everything here and put it here, because the header has to have the same, must have the same character spacing with here. So here we will have students names, comma, my keyboard, sorry please, comma, roll number, roll numbers. I need to change keyboards, comma, marks. Students, let's just say marks. Let's just say marks. What is this? Oh, I made a mistake. Here is not supposed to be, it's supposed to be S, because we are expecting integer. This is integer, so it's, I mean strings, so we are not to put integer. This is integer here, percentage D, because student roll number and student marks is integer, while for here we are just displaying strings. Yes, we are just displaying strings. So let's see how our program is going to be. I don't know your second name, Temilade. Let me give you Canada. Your roll number is 6,000 and your mark is 100. Mr. Godwin, she scored 100. So student Temilade, as with now, I think so let's add the second Godwin. You know, Godwin, I don't know why you are not reading. How can you score 30? You failed. Can you see? You have to read. So now, now student names. This is it. Students roll numbers. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So it's more than 10. So this is just how to do it. For here, there's more than 10 characters. So let's just increase it to maybe 15 characters. So if you add it, it increase it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 15 characters is okay. And this one 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 characters is too much for that. So since mark is not going to, let's just say 8 characters. We need 8 characters. So also we can do something amazing here. We can do something like this. We can do something like this for here also. You will see what this does. and this is just a decoration above. You can skip that. Oh God. You can skip this. This is way too much. 20 characters, 35. Also, oh God, I did not add /n. This thing is frustrating. So now this is so now as you can see, everything is, I put 15 character spacing here, while here is 10. So you can see this is just to make um the output just somehow 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. So now we can add and we can view from our container. Now this first choice is to modify. What if I want to modify? If I want to modify, first I have to select which student I want to modify, right? And to select a student, I need something unique, which is the roll number. Two students cannot have the same roll number at the same time. So I'm going to declare, let's say, let's call it roll n. Roll n. What do we use here? We use roll number. Let's just call it roll n. Now the program is going to ask us to provide the roll number of the student we want edit. And it will now use it to compare what is inside our program. Scanf. After providing the roll number, then we are going to send a loop inside our container. If roll number, this number we provide here, if it is equals to like if it find this I that goes through our record, if the row number match, then we are now going to print or to modify and the record. So let's say input new name, enter new name. Don't forget we are going to use fget function here, and we have to use student I dot student name dot student name. Yes, we are removing the new line. We are removing we are now taking the strings and removing the last character -1. So if the new name is ABC, then /n, sorry, /n, that's our new name is 1 2 3 4. So we are now removing the last character, that is -1, the last character. You can use this, or you can also use this one to just mention the \n and remove it. Anyone, we are going to use that one too, just to then printf, enter new max, enter new max, enter new max, then scanf %tdi and getcha. Do you have to edit the row number? Yeah, maybe when adding the record you provide a row number. Let's enter new row number, enter new row number, enter max, scanf, also use getcha. I believe by now we know what getcha does, so I think we are good to go. I can't, I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy this because it's the same thing. I'm going to copy. I'm going to enter new max. I'm going to copy this. Now student records updated successfully. I only need got a lot of changes. This is going to student I student I, because we use this I to loop through. Avec student I. Student I. Student I. If students I, student I, student I. The reason why we use do while loop, because just to make sure that the new marks is not more than 100. It's just the same thing we did here. That's why I just copy it and edit it. I believe, let me do as Miba. I believe you know this. What? Let me just say fail to update records. Fail to update. Oh. I don't even need else here. So, oh God. Now, if this record exists, else if the row number we provide did not exist, then printf student records not found. Somebody pointer maybe no, pointer maybe no. We don't need pointer now. Do we need pointer? We don't need pointer. So let's run the program and add two records and try to modify the records. One student named Sani Umar, roll number 900, 9,000. That means the mark is 70. Add another record. This time around, Godwin, he try. He get 41 marks. Sorry. $41. Clap for yourself, Godwin. Now we can view the marks. Then what if we want modify? Let's modify Umar with 9,000 roll number. Enter new name. Enter new name. Messi Uche. I don't give up. Roll number is, the new roll number is 6,000 and the new mark is, you fail. What? Student record not found? How? 9,000 roll number 9,000. wait, 2. All right. Okay. That means I made a mistake here. I made a mistake because the records from Sani Umar, we now update it to Messi Uche, and this is 9,000 before, this is 6. So let me look at where if roll is equals to this. I don't need new line here. I don't need new line. I'm just going to add one story record. Almost 1 hour. Now you sign for me, Bao. 19. So we have one Umar Ilyas. So we are going to modify his name. His roll number, that is 9,000. The new name will be Sani Umar. The real roll number will be 7,000. The new mark will be 60 marks. Then student Umar, Sani Umar will records. Sani Umar records. Student with record updated successfully. So now we are going ahead to view so we have Sani Umar with 7,000 round number and 60 marks. Unlike before that, we have 90 marks, 9,000, and so the next thing we are going to do, maybe in the next video, the only thing that remains now is to export as assignment. The assignment said this. Okay, we can now search and display the information or more. We still have this. Cut. So we were going to look at file of operation, implementability to save record to a text. I mean the export and the load student record from text file, storing such information. So that what this means that if whenever we load at the program, it will automatically fetch the information from where we save it, and we can export it after we finish storing. So the next thing, that's what we are going to do. The next thing will be this file operation and the calculation and sorting. So thank you very much. Thank you everybody for your time. See you next time again. Cheers.